Thank you. Well, I think I'll sit here and say how delighted I am to be here for the conference. I know I participated last year virtually, so it's wonderful to be here and see old friends and new friends. I thought I'd just make a few opening remarks that the subject of today's meeting is really a back to the future story. We've heard this morning how geography matters, innovation and technology matter, partnerships and allies matter, and that trade and technology and economic growth and resiliency are the glue that holds us together as vibrant democracies with shared values. I thought I'd look back, since I said it's back to the future, just for a moment to the history of the Eastern Mediterranean, because throughout the millennium it's been one of the most vibrant areas for the development and transformation of human civilization. So take us back to about 1400 BC in the Bronze Age, and Egypt, it was the height of its power with Amenhotep III, great innovators. They took chariots from the Hittites. The Aegean world, the Mycenaeans and Minoans changed the entire dynamics of the Mediterranean, again, through innovation, technology, and trade. They invented very strong bronze, which changed the whole dynamics of war. And then, of course, you had the Levant and other areas of Turkey that were great trading things. But what happened? Well, at a certain point, about 1200 BC, we see turmoil, climate, energy, all sorts of issues, and the collapse of stability, the collapse of resiliency, and we go into the Dark Ages. So back to the future is really a theme I want to highlight, because when you look at the future and where we are in this region, fast forwarding today, it's again very important geostrategically, but also we're seeing, and we've heard this all morning, the profound integration of everything that's occurring on the economic development front with national security and the global challenges we're facing, whether it's energy security, the transformation to clean energy, national security, of course, from Ukraine, the Middle East, China, the list goes on. But we have to address all of these issues in strategic partnerships and collaboration, and I would posit with our like-minded allies, our democracies. I want to just address quickly the three pillars of this future resilient integration of East Med and its role in the region, but very important globally. And of course, it's the economic growth imperative that involves trade and openness and the ability to develop a talented, skilled workforce, investment, as well as ensuring that the value of innovation is applied to solve great global challenges. The technology and innovation is really so transformational now. We all know this. The world's being rewritten in digital, genetic, atomic code, and we know who the great players in the world are in that. But the partnerships and collaborations are changing. And at the U.S. Council on Competitiveness, we have created a concept out of our National Commission on Innovation and Competitiveness Frontiers. It's actually meeting tomorrow, so I have to rush back. That's chaired by Brian Moynihan, the CEO and chairman of Bank of America, called Technology Statecraft. That in these very critical areas of innovation, whether it's genomics and AI and the whole combinatorial chemistry, everything that is creating a new world for us, we need to work with our allies and friends and not our adversaries. And so this is something that's very important as we forge new partnerships among the nations of the East Med, and I really would include Egypt as well as part of that dynamic, and very happily the United States is involved, as we all know. I'm not going to talk too much about Greece's performance because it's been phenomenal. The Mitsotakis government laid the platform and is now going to carry it forward. Last year we hosted the Global Federation of Competitiveness Councils that brings some 35 nations together in Athens with our partners, Piraeus Bank, the Compete Greece, Delphi Economic Forum, and we gave our Innovation Award to Prime Minister Mitsotakis for his leadership. And I know going forward they will be addressing really important issues around judicial reform, education reform, and healthcare. And I just want to throw out one thing Greece needs to do is amend its constitution, Article 16, which is impeding its leadership in higher education. Place-based innovation is all over Greece, and it's all over Israel, and it's all over Cyprus. We innovate in places where we live, but we collaborate with our partners. And so whether you're in Ioannina or Crete or Patras or the real center now in Greece of high-value innovation and investment is Thessaloniki. And so that's going to be a very important dynamic going forward with sustainability and all the opportunities of very, very highly educated and talented people in Greece. Cyprus is a great story too. We've been hearing about that today as their transformation is underway, and I hope they'll join the Global Federation of Competitiveness Councils. And Israel, as we know, the startup nation to a great innovator in technology, many, many entrepreneurial companies that have changed the world. My one concern, and I want to throw this out, I'll be the skunk at the garden party, nobody's mentioned China today, so I'll be the first one to mention China. And their very serious maritime circling strategy of acquiring ports, massive theft of intellectual property, targeting many of the very, very significant innovations that are not only changing our world, but will determine the world. And I am concerned that Israel has too close of a relationship with China. As you know, China has the new modern autonomous port of Haifa. Huawei is in the systems. They have a research institute. And China's standing ready to bid on the Red Mediterranean connecting infrastructure to link the ports. So China's a very serious issue. The Chairman Xi has said Greece and the Mediterranean is the prow of the Chinese boat. And I would not say that they fall into the category of our friends and allies with shared democratic values.